Welcome back to Winning the Game of Life. I'm your host, Shawn Chhabra. Today I have a very special guest. I'm featuring Kate Erickson. She is a creator, engager, implementer over at Entrepreneur on Fire. And Entrepreneur on Fire is my favorite podcast, which interviews today's most inspiring and successful entrepreneurs. She's also a host of Kate's Take, which is like Entrepreneur on Fire's audio blog, and she's a best-selling author of Fire Path. And her passion is, I don't know if she knows or not, her passion is helping people. So she is here to help me and help me grow to the next level of podcasting. Welcome to the show, Kate.
Thank you so much, Shawn. I'm excited to be here. Thanks for inviting me back on. A two-time guest. I'm honored.
Okay, let me tell you publicly when I will invite you third time. I'm going to launch my TV show soon.
I love it.
Yeah, so I'm really honored to be speaking with you again. And because we don't have much time, you gave me only 25 minutes. So let us jump into some of the things. Like, first thing, I still want you to introduce yourself to my listeners and viewers so that really they hear from you.
Yeah, absolutely. So like you said, Shawn, I'm Kate. I'm the content creator here at EOFIRE. So I author a blog and I create a lot of the downloads that you see on the website over at EOFIRE.com. Of course, I'm partners with John Lee, who is the host of the podcast. But and before that, I had a very corporate background a couple of years ago, 2.5 years ago. And so entrepreneurship is kind of a new thing for me, but I'm having a ton of fun. John and I are loving, the audience that we're able to reach. The community that's been created has been really, really incredible, including you, Shawn. So yeah, just loving every day of life.
I mean, I am so honored to be ever speaking to you, and John is coming to my show like in a couple of weeks. Like actually I became #1 on all of the iTunes new noteworthy, and #1 on like 6 different categories in last 4 weeks. And that's credit amazing. Goes to you and John. And the next thing I would like to know is, like, really, you and John have changed the whole spectrum and all the possibilities and the whole spectrum of this podcasting industry, Because of you, I see at least there are a couple of thousand new podcasters, and they came because of both of you. So I am not sure when you started your journey, really you were able to see like your business and your life is going to change like this and you're going to grow like this. Did you ever had any fears taking these kind of steps in the beginning when you quit your corporate job? Would you like to get into that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, really, to just put it out there, I mean, I feel fear every single day. Like even today, I feel fear around the steps that I'm taking in the business because I don't really feel like fear ever goes away. I feel like we almost then we get scared of bigger things once we've moved past maybe the smaller steps that we're taking on our journey. But when I was in corporate America, I was absolutely scared to leave my job. I mean, that's what I knew. That was comfortable to me. It's what I should be doing. And I was okay with that. I went in, I got a paycheck, I put food on the table, I paid to have a roof over my head, and I just thought that that's the way things were. So when I decided to leave that, everybody was saying, oh my gosh, what are you going to do? How are you going to make money? You're not going to have health insurance. What about your 401k? And it was really scary because I didn't know answers to any of those questions. I didn't know how I was going to make money. I didn't know what it was like to go find my own health insurance because every health insurance I've ever had has been provided to me by whatever corporation I'm working for. So there was certainly a lot of fear around that, for sure.
But I also see like a lot of people grow very quickly and all of a sudden they fall apart. For them, it's almost like winning a lottery and then going bankrupt. But I see you and John continuously growing and just moving forward to the next level. And I'm very happy to see that. But I think my listeners and viewers would like to see how you are. Like a lot of people I see, they have a fear of success. Like this, their outer world doesn't align with their inner emotion because all their life, whatever like a mindset they had, that was small and now life is too big. And success is too much for them to handle, and all of a sudden they are hiding under the table and they lose everything. But I can see your growth continuously, and you have accepted all the success, and you're still working and growing and growing. Would you like to tell me a little how you're able to really handle that?
Well, an amazing book recommendation for this that, Shawn, I'm sure you've read already is The Millionaire Mind. That book talks exactly about the mindset you're talking about. I mean, literally, many of his examples center around those who win the lottery and then lose it all and end up broke again is all up here. It's mindset, exactly like you said. You have to have the mindset of a millionaire to become and sustain being a millionaire. And he talks about that in depth. I can't do justice to it here in this interview with you, but anybody who feels like they might be struggling with that type of mindset, having fear around success, having the fear of making money because you've never made that much money before, it's because you don't believe that you deserve that money. It's because you don't believe that you deserve that success. So when you're able to stay grounded, stay humble, which are two things that I'm very passionate about. John and I are always looking to stay humble, stay grounded, and you work on that mindset to believe that you deserve the success that you're seeing, to believe that you deserve the money that you're bringing in because you've worked really, really hard for that. You are creating things that are making a big impact in other people's lives, and you're being rewarded for that. So for that next level, once you conquer one fear or once you conquer getting to that type of mindset, there's always something more. There's not a destination. It's a journey, and you constantly evolve on that journey. You constantly take the next step on that journey. It's not about getting to being a millionaire and then just stopping everything. Because it's not about being a millionaire. It's about what the journey is that gets you there.
Yeah, as they say, like even if you throw away your $1 million, the person you have grown to the level, that's what is the self-worth. And if people start looking and valuing themselves, I always tell people, stand in front of a mirror and look at you and say, oh my God, you are my hero.
Yeah, I love it.
So if you don't respect yourself, or if you don't respect your articles or podcasting or whatever things you create in your life, like I always tell everybody, hey, nobody can replace me. There's only one Shawn Chhabra, and I'm the best.
You better believe it.
Yeah, if you don't respect, if you don't believe your self-worth, like you can never succeed. I was going to say the word, like you can never be millionaire, but millionaire is nothing. Money is a byproduct of you succeeding, and no matter how you define success, if you are putting your heart and soul into that and putting the hard work, and especially if you're enjoying and is wholehearted, the whole universe aligned with your cause, and you just see money following. Money is nothing. Money just comes from all over the places.
Yeah, Shawn, you're a shining example of what it means to embody confidence. No, say why me, say why not me? Because you can do that. You are doing this. I mean, look at you right now. You have people tuning into this advice and looking at you and saying, if Shawn can do it, I can do it too.
Yes, that's the whole purpose. And not only that, I'm doing this and eventually I'm going to monetize and money will follow, but right now the goal is not that. I'm doing no monetization because I'm just creating the followers and I'm creating success, and so that people can see that. And not only that, I'm already a successful person. I have a family, 4 kids, business, my wife and all the people. We are already a wholesale computer company. But what I see is whatever I'm creating, even if it can inspire one person, now or 100 years from today, because once the content is created, that's my legacy.
Yep. I love that. Yeah.
So where are you taking this journey? What's next in your life?
Wow. Probably about 4 years ago, kind of as I was starting to think, I was still in corporate America, but I was kind of having these feelings of this isn't where I'm meant to be. I'm not doing what I'm meant to be doing. I read a book called The Power of Now. Have you read this book, Shawn?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. That really was the beginning of me looking at my life and what I was creating in a different way. And so when I think about what's next or what happens 5 years from now or where am I going to be, I have a hard time with that because I feel like I've finally gotten to the point where I'm very happy and okay with being where I am right now. And that's not to say that I don't have goals, but I just wanted to put that out there because it's something that I struggle with for a very long time. I was always focused on what was happening in the future, or I was obsessing with what happened in the past instead of being present on what's happening right now. What can I do right now to make a big impact? I can get on the mic with Shawn and I can be on his podcast and I can make an impact and have an amazing conversation with him and continue to build my relationship with him, which is exactly what I'm doing because I want to. But when you talk about, what's next, I really have been focused on the idea of essentialism. And really, in a nutshell, every time you say yes to something, you have to say no to something else. Regardless of whether that's literal or figurative, you are saying yes to something, then you are saying no to something else because you're taking up time to do whatever you've just said yes to. Moving into 2016, that's really what I want to focus on because I am a yes girl. I have a really hard time saying no because I want to help people, because I want people to be able to move their business forward and their life forward and be able to get that mindset and, where they want it to be. I need to start saying no more. And so I'm really focused on that as I move ahead. I'm contemplating, can I say yes to that's going to continue bringing that impact, wider? Is me being on stage in front of 500 people, is that making a bigger impact? Or would it make a bigger impact if I didn't do speaking engagements and I was able to be at home creating a piece of content that maybe gets turned into a book? And so those are the types of things that I'm really looking at right now and headed into 2016 is putting myself in a position where I can use my skills and my expertise to reach the biggest, widest audience possible, to make the biggest impact I can.
I'm so mesmerized listening to you, and I'm just trying to learn for myself, I'm a very selfish person because I just do things like I just assume most of my listeners and viewers are like me. Mm-hmm. So I always think if I can get something out of this right now at this moment, a lot other people will be able to grasp it, and I'm so mesmerized. So how other people can learn what you're learning saying no? I never say no to anything because I'm that selfish, and selfish in the sense when I say no even to the things I don't want to do, a lot of time like my inner emotion is like real happiness because if I say no to, even though other person doesn't deserve yes, if I say no, my emotion is like my twisted arm, my emotion stays like that. Then 5 minutes later, when I'm walking around that person or dealing with that person in future, I almost feel like I owe something to that person. I have done some crime or something, it's almost that level.
And the flip side of that, for me anyway, has been feeling resentful, which I'm done feeling resentfulness. I will not feel that way anymore because I would say yes to things that I knew I should be saying no to. And instead of blaming myself or taking ownership of that decision, I would reflect on the other person and be resentful towards them. I don't do that anymore. And so it's on me, not do I feel like I owe that person something or feeling resentfulness towards that person for taking my time. No, that's on me because I made that decision. So Shawn, there's this saying that a lot of people use in the online space. If it's not a heck yes, and there's a difference between saying heck yes to an amazing opportunity and saying no to an opportunity isn't going to get you one step closer to your goals. So this is something that I really like to focus on because these decisions are tough. There are a lot of things that I would love to say yes to, but when I really take a step back and I look at my goals, both personally and professionally, is that going to help me get one step closer to my goals? If it's not, then it's a no. Because I could be using my time so much more wisely, again, to make a bigger impact. So even if it is selfish on the outside that you might say yes or no to something, really when you think about it, the purpose of saying yes or no should always be grounded in the type of impact you want to make. If I say no to somebody and they're angry with me about that, then that's on them, not on me. Because I'm doing it so that I can create a bigger impact for people. I'm doing it so that I have more time to focus on things that I know are going to reach way more people. So, I mean, it really depends on what your goals are, how you're looking at different situations, but I can totally resonate and relate with that feeling because, of course, when we say no to someone or we say yes to somebody, those feelings are going to be there. It's important to recognize those feelings and be able to pull yourself back and really say, okay, what's a lesson here for me? Like, if I say no to this person, do I owe them something? I mean, when you feel those feelings, it's important to recognize them.
So what I'm trying to learn, or what I picked from this, is like, when I think like, well, other people will be feeling bad or thinking I'm so selfish and not saying yes to that situation, in place of that, I should be thinking, when I'm saying no to them, I'm not being selfish. I'm saying yes to my other priorities, which are more important, which are my lifetime goals, and that's how I define success. So the other party should be smart enough or close enough or understanding enough. By default, they should know what kind of person I am and what I'm trying to pursue in my life. So when I'm saying no to them, they should actually feel, oh yeah, Shawn is busy doing this. So I already knew that Shawn won't say yes, but I just tried. So they are the one who need the adjustments on their end. And if they don't understand that, they're not my people.
Exactly. They got to have that respect for you. I mean, if you say no, then they should have enough respect to know. But if they respect your decision, then they'll understand that there's a bigger purpose behind that. Yeah,
not only that, a lot of time I delay. I tell them, can I answer this tomorrow? By that time, they're gone. They don't care. They find better solution. They were looking for some quick fix for something, and you say, can I get back to you tomorrow? Can I get back to you in 5 minutes? No, they don't want to wait for 5 minutes. They wanted it now or yesterday.
Right.
So we will be close to the show in 5 minutes. So how about, like, I give you the opportunity to tell me whatever you think you should be teaching my people, because you are a pro and I'm still new in the industry. So there are a lot of people who want to become author, or there are a lot of people who want to start the business. A lot of people maybe out there, they heard of you first time and they want to become podcaster. How would you like to tell them where they should start their life?
Yeah, well, let's focus on fear, because we know that that's one thing that everybody faces, right? It might be at different levels. There are different levels of fear, but there are 3 ways that I like to approach fear in order to help you break through the fear, in order to help you still take a step forward in spite of that fear. Number 1 is community, because those are the people that are going to support you and encourage you despite the fear that you're feeling. So Shawn, if I say, I'm really, really nervous about doing this interview with you, you're going to say, Kate, don't worry about it. You can do this. I know you can do this. It's just going to be me and you on the mic. We're just going to be chatting. It's a conversation. Don't be so nervous about it. You can do this. We'll do this together. That's community. That's the people you surround yourself with that are going to help support you and help you get through that fear. So community, number 1. Number 2, baby steps. Everything is accomplishable. We set huge goals for ourselves, but then we focus on getting ourselves from right here where we are today to like way over here where our goal is. Instead, there's lots of little things that happen in between there, right? There are baby steps that we take in order to accomplish our goals. It's not so scary when you just have to take the next step of deciding what your book is going to be about, rather than focusing on, oh my gosh, I could never publish a book. Publishing a book, that's your end huge goal. There are lots of little baby steps that you can take in between that aren't so scary that are going to help you get closer to that goal. So when you're looking at big scary goals or like a big scary next step, what's a baby step that you could take to get closer? Number 3 is to focus outward. We let a lot of fears be inward. I'm scared. I'm not good enough. I don't have what it takes. I don't have good enough information to share. But Shawn, what about your listeners? What about the people that we're helping right now, right? So if we could start to focus more outward instead of focusing our fears inward, that's going to help us get past those fears. I'm really nervous to do this interview with you, but I know that if I do this interview, I'm going to be able to make an impact for the people who are listening. I'm focusing my fear outward instead of focusing it inward in order to help me get past that. I want to help people. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, not only that, like I have something else. When I was listening to you, it was coming to my mind. I was reading somewhere an article about Seinfeld. Like when he started doing stand-up shows, it doesn't matter. People are happy or not. He will come happy out of that because he say, hey, I'm one of them.
Yeah.
I can do it. So see, I can do it. Right?
Yep.
So the other day I was talking to John, you're John Lee Dumas. So I asked him, I said, no, I have a lot of fear. Like people will hate me just putting this content in my accented voice. He said, no, they will love you just because of that, because you're more authentic and I'm more professional by now. So people are always looking for the newer people who are not professional, not local. They're coming a different perspective to the table.
Absolutely. And you're identifying with people. I mean, Shawn, were you scared about getting on the microphone the first time you got on the microphone?
Oh my God.
Of course. And we all are. Everybody. There's not one person who started a podcast that wasn't scared about publishing their first podcast episode. Everybody was. John Lee was, Shawn was, I was, anybody in iTunes was. I can assure you of that.
Not only that, like last night I interviewed a young girl like from Australia. And she's just a young girl in school, but she just wrote a novel, And I interviewed her, so she was so scared, and I typed her. I said, "That's okay. First, let us talk for 10 minutes." And I just told her, "See, you're talking to me. Just think that you met me in the bar, talking to your family, and we are just chatting and talking, and just don't worry. It will be all edited. It's not a live show. Even if it's live, I was going to tell her it's not live. Don't worry." I said, just you're talking to me now, first 10 minutes, which is not interview. Just continue. You will never know it's interview. And when it's over, she was dancing. "Oh my God, Shawn, you are a genius." I said, now I got approval.
That's awesome.
So sometimes life is that simple, like you have to take the first step. I always tell them, pick the right foot and move forward. Left will automatically, your brain will pick up, it will be in the air. But guess what? By the time you know, either you're tripping over and falling in the front side, or you already took a step. So either way, you're moving forward.
Yep. I love that.
Yeah. So I know my time is over, so we got only a couple of more minutes. How about you tell people how they can reach you and maybe your podcast community, and in case they want training or coaching from you,
Sure. Everything that we do is over at EOFIRE.com.
Yeah, we will put all the links there, Is there any last minute advice?
Move forward. Take that next step. Like you said, put that right foot forward. Anything that happens from you putting your right foot forward is going to be more progress than if you didn't put it forward. So take that first step. You can do this.
Okay, but I have already done that. So now, how about your advice? Is for being recorded for everybody else. Why don't you just spend a couple of minutes advising me what next? What should I be doing to grow my podcast?
Yeah, absolutely. Shawn, I'm not super familiar with everything right now, so I would encourage you to take inventory of what you are doing right now for your podcast. So like social media, growing an email list, maybe doing guest posts. Are you on other people's shows? These are all things that can help you grow your audience. So they're things that you should be thinking about. If you see other podcasts that you think have a good audience, maybe similar to yours, if they would hear you on that podcast, maybe they'd say, "Oh, I'm going to go check out Shawn's podcast now." You should be trying to get on these shows. You should be searching in iTunes for other people who are in the same category as you, connecting with others in the communities that you're in. And these are all really good next steps for you once you've launched to continue to grow your audience.
Very good. I'm really thankful to you. I owe you for this. I owe for all my life because I learned from you, and I'm from India. So for me, all the teachers are guru. They're just one level below the God. I truly respect you and John.
Thank you, Shawn. And you don't owe me anything. I just want to see you keep working on your podcast and doing what you want to be doing. That's it.
Okay. Thank you very much. And hopefully I'll see you soon around on your place.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Shawn.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Okay, you too.
Bye.
Bye.
LaptopUniverse.com CEO Indu Chhabra announced the launch of BuybackQueen.com. This newly launched reverse e-commerce website buys back used old electronics, old iPhones, iPads, and all other smart devices directly from the consumers. You should not throw your old phone away because your trash may be hitting gold. Buyback Queen wants your old device and will pay top dollars for it. The process is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Fast payment, free shipping, free data wipe, risk-free transaction. Let us make the world a cleaner place and make money by selling our device on buybackqueen.com.